Five Out Basketball, 5 segments, 5 takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is 5 Out Basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much. But now we are going to go back to March Madness because we got to look at the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. The bracket screwed. I had Marquette winning it all. That's out the window.
Ooh, wow. Okay. I had UConn winning it also. You know.
That was a real creative pick, though.
Yeah, I know. Bro, cut me some slack. Yeah. I literally did my bracket late. Like, I literally scraped by even making a bracket. So I was like, just going to roll with UConn, bro. Yeah. I know that one at least will look good. If I made multiple, I would have had some wild cards in there. But I was like, you know what? This is my only bracket. I'm going to go simple. UConn.
Nah, that's real. But now, as last time, overperforming teams, underperforming team, whose draft stock is risen and who has fallen. I don't have a lot of followers, though. Just a quick heads up. But overperformers, obviously, North Carolina State wins against Marquette and Duke when you're an 11 seed. It's incredible. DJ Burns is – I've never seen aura like this before.
Yeah, it's T Grizzly of the March Madness, pretty much.
Yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon and Zach Randolph's body.
Hey, he said it. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, so I love that, and I love vibes, man. They're so cool. Him and DJ Horn, the DJs they're mixing it up over there because DJ Horn's also incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then another overperformer is Bama. Bama was not supposed to make it this far, and then somehow they get past the number 1 seed North Carolina. And then go against a red hot Clemson team and win a shootout. So impressed by that team. Nick Oates has just done 8 years ago, he just got his first high school coaching job. And now, not even a decade later, he's led Bama to the Final Four, I think, for the first time ever. Don't quote me on that. That's incredible.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, so that's one of the best coaches that we've ever seen in the college basketball field for getting that quick. And hey, if you're gonna keep jumping up the ranks like that, don't be surprised if it's NBA bound at one point.
Hey, bro, if you're just moving that fast, we never know at that point.
You never know. Everton, do you have any other overperformers?
So this is an overperformer because of their past. They didn't actually overperform, but Purdue. Let's be honest, that's
actually real.
We all expected Purdue to sell or choke at some point, but they made it to the Final Four, which again, you would expect that from them because they've been like one of the best teams in the country, obviously. But because I ain't gonna lie, I had them out like in the Elite Eight or something like that because I'm like they're gonna fumble at some point, right? Like the eventual Purdue meltdown is gonna happen at some point, and it genuinely has not happened. So I guess in a way they're overperforming in that sense because I know for the most part everybody was like, yeah, it's gonna happen at some point. Yeah. But whatchamacallit, NC State, like you said, I don't know how much we're gonna talk about the women's side, but your women's and men's program being in the Final Four, that's impressive, And then Alabama is like Alabama. You have football. Why are you in the basketball section, bro?
That's messed up, man.
Stay over there.
It actually makes me mad with Bama. It's like their students can't get humbled one time. Like when they have a bad season of football, they just start hooping in basketball. It's like y'all just have shit one time.
Please, okay, we can't even because at first you couldn't even banter them for being bad at basketball because they're a football school. Who cares? But now they're good. Oh my god, bro! Come on, bro. Spare me, bro. Yeah. Y'all, I know y'all didn't win the championship this year, but you're Alabama. You were in the playoff.
Yeah.
Now you're in the Final Four. Come on,
it's fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, bro. But shout out to Grant Nelson.
No, that's real. And also, all I'm saying is Purdue still has a chance to lose to a double digit seed. We still have the chance for the Purdue sell. It's still here.
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah. We still had the Purdue dumb loss on the way. DJ Burns, can you hear me? Can you save me, DJ Burns?
Can you save me? Oh my gosh, DJ Burns versus Zach Edey, we will be there.
I hope so until the refs 2 minutes and it's like, DJ Burns, 2 fouls, get on the bench.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I definitely forgot about that.
So fingers crossed.
What does the stats say, Joey? Let the people know how many more free throws have they
I want to find the exact specific, but Zach Edey has the most free throws of all time in a season by 60, 70 free throws. It's not even close.
God.
Get the conspiracy theorists over here, please.
Damn. That's a large number. I'm not gonna lie.
And a quick thing before we go to underperformers. The women will begin their own segments. We're not going to bring them up today. We're going to break down the whole tournament just because they deserve their own video with how fire their March Madness has been. So we're not going to include this because I want to give them the whole own thing.
Okay, I'm with that. Okay, so actually, before we do the underperformers, I want to mention Jared McCain. Or are we just leaving it teams right now?
We're just doing teams. Jared
Teams.
McCain will get his love in a second because I have him written down as well.
Got you.
Because we still have some underperforming teams.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Okay, go ahead.
Marquette lost to North Carolina State, and then they scraped by Colorado and Western Kentucky. So it was 3 bad performances, and you can only scrape by so much as a 2 seed, and it caught up to them.
Yeah, it did.
It
I
hurt.
agree.
Tyler Kolek, though, their guard, he's still going to be a first-round pick. Like, dude, for a guy who's like just a little taller than me, he has the softest touch for a layup, and he makes everything with his left hand. Like, it's actually the most unstoppable move I've ever seen. It's just his boys didn't hoop with him.
Yeah. I mean, it was bound to happen, though. Looking at
Yeah.
their squad.
It hurt me. It hurt. But not to laugh. Illinois. I know they had a good tournament, but your game plan against UConn is like, I don't care if you had a good season. That's a fireable offense. We're going to attack the 7-2 center. That's 5th in the nation in blocks. That's 7-2.
Can I say something, bro?
Talk to him.
Not U of I. Illinois. Let me address you as Illinois.
Yeah.
Bro, you're telling me you'll watch these dudes go on a 30-0 run, bro?
Oh, God. Oh,
Like,
God.
As a head coach, did he just get the Darvin Hand syndrome? Oh, that's another bucket. Let me keep my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
Bro, call a timeout. Like, what are because look, right? When I went to my, I went to go watch the game, and I showed up late. And I showed up at halftime when the game was still close. So I'm like, oh, this is actually a close game. Okay, cool. I'm gonna sit down and watch this game. Brother, that game was not close for the rest of the game of me watching. 30-0 run. Like, that is legit insane. I'm just watching them come down the court. Donovan Clingan, there's a block. Bro, stop attacking him. Are you not realizing he's gonna block damn near every shot you go up with?
The best shot blocker in the country is blocking our shots.
Oh my God, I didn't expect it. Like, and then just call the timeout. Why are you
It's not that
watching
hard.
them? Like, just call the timeout, bro. Why are you watching your team get cooked for this long and saying, keep going, guys. You got it. You'll score. Dude, just oh my gosh.
Yeah, one of the worst game plans. Like, I know UConn's maybe the best college basketball team we've like maybe ever seen in history, but it's like there had to be a different game plan. There's no way that was the strategy.
No way, bro. Just no way.
But we're gonna use this to transition to our overperformers because the Joey stamp of approval is being handed out for the NBA and it's being handed out to a second UConn player. So I already gave Stephon Castle the stamp of approval, so I'm not gonna talk too much about him. He started to skyrocket up the mock drafts. I tried telling the masses. I tried telling them Stephon Castle's like that. But Donovan Clingan has cemented himself as a bare minimum top 5 pick, and he's one of my favorite defensive prospects I've ever seen with my own eyes because he's not like a tall merchant. Like, he knows how to get a block. And again, it's not just a height. Like, he knows where the ball is going to be, and he gets the placement. He's an alley-oop threat and 7'2", and he's not like a tall, skinny guy. He still has some weight on him as well. He cemented himself as a top 5 pick, and I love watching him play basketball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, he's been good all year, but he's really become like a monster doing March Madness. And this is when it matters most. So, and with this draft being kind of, let me address this. They are not the worst. This is not the worst draft ever.
I hate that take.
I don't know, stupid take, but nonetheless, Donovan has been so good. And I ain't gonna lie, as a Thunder fan, I wouldn't be upset if we got my boy Clingan. Now, I don't think we're gonna get a top 5 pick.
That would break my heart.
But I would not be mad at it. Or you as a Bulls fan.
Yeah. If some shenanigans happens and Clingan falls to 11, I will cry tears of joy.
Exactly.
Because I'm so serious. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't care if it's a hot take. This is one of the best defensive prospects I've ever seen heading into the draft. Like, I'm not saying best players, but this is one of the best defensive prospects I've ever seen. With that,
it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that.
Don't reference that meme right now. Don't reference that meme right now. But yeah, it's just like because you've seen tall guys that just luck into blocks. It's just not Clingan. Like, Clingan, the IQ is there as well. So I'm so moved. And at 7'2", man, quit playing.
Yeah, plus
and he's not skinny. Like, they're not just gonna muscle him in the post.
Yeah. So, and like you said with the blocks, it's a skill to get blocks and not fouls. That's a skill.
Exactly.
That's definitely a skill. So that's a good skill for him to have. And, like I said, I've seen some great defensive prospects at center specifically, like an Anthony Davis or Nerlens Noel. And, man, Clingan, I'm not saying he's better than those because I won't lie, those dudes run a completely just different. But he's not far off. I don't think so.
And because while we're at the Bucks Grizzlies game, I was saying this to Everton. If the Grizzlies get up there, if they pair Jaren Jackson with Klingon, that's going to
Mm.
be a disgusting front court. It might be
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite in the NBA personally. Like I might bandwagon the Grizzlies for that reason alone.
and he could grab rebounds.
Yeah, which Jaren Jackson didn't even bring that up. Yeah, the guy can grab rebounds, so that'd be game changer for Grizzlies and would cement them as a Western Conference Finals contender. So stamp of approval there. Everton, I have some more players, but I want to hear from you.
So
Overperformer. Who raised the
I,
draft stock?
I already hinted at it. Jared McCain. Dude, hats off to him. Early in the season, people were like, "Oh, Jared McCain with nails, nails, nails."
Yeah,
But
but he's
excuse
hard
me.
as nails.
Yeah, um, shout out to him though. Like genuinely, like he had a phenomenal March Madness, like 2 30-point games, and
Mhm.
his percentages were great. Like I've said repeatedly with Jared McCain, his game isn't strictly athleticism at all. Like he's really just fundamental, and he gets to a spot he can shoot the ball.
Mhm.
He raised his draft stock with this March Madness run, and especially with his draft class being like, cool. I
Mhm.
definitely, hats off to him.
Yeah, I would say
I
he's a
tip.
lottery pick because he can get you a bucket. Like he's also shifty. His 3-point shots got in there, and he still sometimes get to the hoop. Like the potential's there, and he's a hustle guy too. Like I know when we talk about he get buckets, he dives for everything. Like he just
Hmm.
loves the game of basketball, and get that on my. I love a player that loves the game of basketball. Get
Yeah,
that
and
on
I,
my team.
I also want to say this too, and I actually said this to you yesterday. He was not a PR nightmare, honestly. Like he's pretty
Yeah,
marketable. Like he's a good guy. Like he hasn't really done anything questionable. I know people talk about him painting his nails. At least he's not harming anybody.
yeah,
Like he's not doing anything that's gonna get him in trouble. Him painting his nails, you can say what you want about it, but it's not hurting anybody at least. Like it's not something that's gonna be like, yeah, we can't draft him because of that. Like it's not that level of like, yeah, and he's got a TikTok brand. It's a pretty big brand among like college basketball. He might be the most a lot of people, a lot of people don't even know him as a hooper. Some people just know him as
yeah.
a TikToker. So
Uh-huh.
that's a thing for him too. So, I respect that. Like he's a good person, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Jerry McCain. I've always been a fan. I always just have more love for players that get hated on for stupid reasons. So I always love Jared McCain, and I think he cemented himself as a lottery pick. I can't say it as confident, but I think we'll
Hmm.
see him go in the top 15.
Yeah, I could see it. I could
But
definitely see it.
I have one more player that I think rose their draft stock, and that's gonna be Dalton Connect to Tennessee. I
Hmm.
know players want to
Yes.
avoid the early guys, but 37 versus Purdue, 26 versus Creighton. He was just still dropping 30s earlier in the tournament. The guy's a bucket getter and he's a shot chucker. That's what you're getting. And what I didn't realize too much heading into the tournament is the guy's athletic too. Like he slams it down. There
Mm.
was multiple times he tried throwing it down Zach Edey. It didn't go off, but he's willing to go for it. I saw him get other slams earlier in March Madness. So he's a versatile scorer, and like I know older guys don't tend to go early in the draft. It's gonna be a little different this time. A team's gonna love a guy like Dalton Connect. Like if let's say the Heat go out early and they get a guy like Dalton Connect, oh that's their dream build. That
Ooh.
older guy with
Ooh.
experience that's gonna hoop day one. Yeah, they will be on that.
Yeah, he was another guy who I'm like, I think he just really cemented himself. Like he's been really good all year.
Mhm.
And I think March Madness, he just needed to continue to prove that, and he definitely did that and showed more. And I hate that older guys don't get love anymore because it's like, bro, like, look, if you're just genuinely good, you're genuinely good. I don't really care about you being, a certain age, bro. You're good. Like you're
Mhm.
just good at basketball. So
Yeah,
I hope he's still gets drafted in at least a lot. He better be a lottery pick. He
yeah,
has to be
no,
a lottery
he
pick, bro.
better be. And I think I ranted about this last time we did the March Madness talks. Like, oh, he's too old to draft. He's 22. Are you Leonardo DiCaprio? Like, what are you talking about?
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like, if
like
Austin Reeves can be considered a future star, come on.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. And like the thing is, like in today's NBA, like you're not getting someone on your team for 25 seasons. They're very likely to leave. So if you want to win now, get a guy that's gonna help you win now. Dalton Connects, the ceiling may not be as high as other players, but he's gonna help you win day one, no questions asked.
And honestly, there's some older guys who you might not see their ceiling as that high, and then they end up becoming like really good despite you drafting him at like 21 or 22. So
Mhm.
who knows what he could end up doing?
Yeah, especially with how good he is at scoring the ball. You can see what else develops with him. But
Exactly.
I have one player whose draft stock fell. And I told Everton
Go
about
ahead.
this yesterday during the game because my stinker of the tournament,
Ah.
of the whole tournament, is
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Filipowski. I had high expectations for him in the mock draft I did myself. I had him going pick 8 to the Hawks, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
No chance of feeling that anymore. Like I know the potential's still there for a tall guy that could shoot.
Yeah.
But this tournament sucked for him. Let's break it down. Against North Carolina State, 11 points, and for a center that's over 7 foot, 3 of 12, and he fouled out. Awful. And then you look for his game against Houston, 16 points on less than 50% shooting as a 7 foot center. And then against Vermont, 3 points.
Damn.
Against Vermont, you dropped 3, all at the free throw line. It wasn't even a 3-pointer. You went 0 for 3. Why are you only taking 3 shots versus Vermont? What's wrong with you?
Damn.
So, yeah, my shitter of the tournament goes to Kyle Filipowski. He won't be a lottery pick.
That's a take. He might actually have fallen that hard.
Especially because I think there's really good centers in this draft as well. Even the C out of Baylor, I really like as well. There's big men in this draft, and I know the big men that could shoot maybe more appetizing, but he ain't shoot this tournament. Yeah. And he didn't look good in the ACC tournament either. So it's he's had a very bad stretch when it mattered most, and that's always gonna be a red flag in my eyes.
Yeah. So honestly, you told me about this yesterday, so I considered him. But looking at the people who because I'm only talking about Sweet 16, Elite 8,
Yeah.
and looking at that, nobody else really felt like they did trash
I
to
agree.
fall down. I feel like too many people did either up to par or even above. So they either rose or they stayed where they were at. Zach Edey, say what you want. He's still been dominant,
I still think he's rising, in my opinion.
Exactly, right? So he's been doing his thing. Jared McCain rose. Terrence Shannon, I know Illinois got mooped the other day, but he rose a lot during the March Madness to the point where it's I can't say he fell back down or whatever. I feel like he just kind of whatever. Donovan Clingan became a top 5 guy. Stephon Castle, again, another guy. I just feel like a lot
Ben seeing it.
Dalton Connect. I feel like too many guys just either rose or stayed where they were at outside of Kyle. So I can't think of another underperformer, honestly. Maybe I don't know ball well enough, but yeah.
But before we move on, I need to emphasize enough. If you just think Zach Edey's tall, you need a reality check.
Lock in.
If you really think he's Taco Fall, be serious.
You're an idiot.
Taco Fall was never doing this stuff, man.
No.
Zach Edey has potential, and
yes,
I'm not sure if he'll be lottery in the NBA, but I had a mock draft where he went to the Nuggets, and that's the scariest thing in the world.
Oh my god,
it actually gave me nightmares. I got the heebie-jeebies.
No, look. Yes, he's blessed to be 7'4". One, he's still a large dude. He's big, not just frail or whatever. So he's not gonna get pushed around by damn near anybody. He's not getting pushed around by. And then in the paint, look, he has a good touch. He has a nice touch in terms of finishing. He gets fouled a lot, so he free throws. And he what's his percentage from free throw line?
It was bad last game. I'm not gonna I saw him airball a couple, but he tends to have a really good number. I can look it up real quick if you want to keep talking.
Whatever. So if he can at least knock down free throws, that's again another plus. And then rebounding again, he's 7'4". He's gonna grab some rebounds. He's gonna block a few shots. I feel like he can be a good center. I know people are trying to say he's gonna be a college merchant. I don't think so. I think he can genuinely be a serviceable center. I don't think he's gonna be an all-star, superstar level center. I think he could be a Zubac type of center where he can start for a good team,
Absolutely. And it was 72%, which is I'm taking that for a 7'4" center.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and there's some games where he went 11 for 11 from the free throw line, so it's he can hit it.
Yeah, and see him making free throws again, a plus to have as a center.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. But we still got a couple more games left in March Madness, and we have a women's episode that will be on the way soon because their March Madness was electric. Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5 Out Podcast. I am Joey, the Master LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.